Not losing weight? Diet the smart way instead. Diet and exercise are the two key components that you need to be concerned with when trying to lose weight. It's common knowledge that the food you eat becomes excess body fat when you aren't eating healthy and getting enough physical activity. For too many people, though, the word diet implies something temporary, an eating plan that will only last a short amount of time before things return to normal again. But for people who are serious about losing weight, diet needs to have more of a long-term connotation. A diet shouldn't be something that you go on until you reach a goal. Dieting itself should be your goal. In other words, a diet has to be a way of life. Why a diet is never temporary. Usually, when people start a new diet, they have the best intentions imaginable, except they see the day when there is an end in sight. It might be after a certain amount of time or perhaps when a goal is met. This concept of losing weight is something that can be started, stopped, and then started again sets people up for failure from the very beginning. When the time comes and the diet ends, we usually return to our old habits, and it doesn't take long for the weight to come back again. The pattern of losing weight, stopping the diet, gaining weight and starting over again is what's known as yo-yo dieting, and it doesn't take long for people stuck in this cycle to lose hope. They go through it so many times that permanently losing weight seems like a pipe dream. Permanent weight loss requires a permanent solution. The way you eat is a habit, and can be changed with effort and planning. A healthy diet has to become something that you do 24/7, for the rest of your life. Unlearning bad eating habits. If you've ever watched a rocket taking off, you know that it takes a lot of fuel to get that spacecraft off the ground. Once a rocket gets past the strong gravitational hold of the planet, though, it barely uses any fuel at all. This scenario is an analogy for how people need to approach changing their eating habits. The first few weeks require discipline and effort, but once you get started it's easy to coast and stay in your groove. Remind yourself of this fact before you begin your diet, and tell yourself that this time it's for keeps. You won't be staying on this diet for a month, or until you lose 20 pounds. You're changing the way you eat forever. But don't let the idea of changing your eating habits be a burden. Think about living a long, healthy life instead, and use that as your motivation. Is there a best losing weight diet? Don't spend another $1 on a diet book or workout video. That's not to say that such tools can't be valuable in your new lifestyle, but for now, put them on the back burner. Your first concern should be getting the nutrients your body needs every day, with healthy whole foods such as green vegetables, fruits, whole grains, yogurt and lean meats making up the majority of your diet. Divide your food into 4 or 5 small meals every day, instead of 2 or 3 big meals, and try to eat every 2 to 3 hours to keep your blood sugar from dipping and to keep your metabolism moving. Getting into the groove of eating like this will make dieting much easier. You won't be starving yourself or limiting yourself to a few select foods. When it comes to losing and maintaining a healthy weight, diet plays such a huge role that it is crucial to always be on an eating plan that keeps you satisfied and doesn't seem like a burden. When people get very hungry, or restrict themselves to a few foods that they eventually get sick of, they often revolt and end up overeating. Don't set yourself up for this kind of failure. Staying on a healthy eating plan with a variety of foods is the smart way to keep from breaking your diet. Keep on going. Once you commit to eating healthy for life, you will be better equipped to handle any bumps in the road and keep moving forward. When someone breaks their short-term diet, they often give up and promise themselves that they'll all over again next week or next month. But very often they fall right back into their old habits and never lose any significant weight. When you commit to eating healthy for life, you need not fear failure. If you eat something unhealthy, or indulge in a few too many treats, which is inevitable, you simply start back on your normal eating plan. You don't feel like it's an extraordinary sacrifice that takes too much effort. Rather, your eating plan has become second nature, and that makes getting back on the wagon a lot easier. When sticking to your new plan, it helps to know the things that have tripped you up in the past and take measures to keep them from happening again. Many people fail at their diets because of small indiscretions that turn into big ones. A candy bar quickly turns into a binge, for example. So stay away from the little things that tempt you into breaking your diet, and make things easy on yourself. Instead of a milkshake, have a protein shake such as ProfectR, from Protica, to get a quick burst of healthy protein that satisfies both your hunger and your sweet tooth. Having protein supplements on hand makes the idea of going on a losing weight diet a lot less painful. To diet right, do it for life. Visit Protica.com for more information about ProfectR and other protein supplements.